James Gunn's Superman will differ from Henry Cavill's version in one major way. This is coming from the Direct. We're going to read some of the article here. James Gunn, new take on Superman and Superman Legacy will differ in one major way from Henry Cavill's portrayal of the character in Man of Steel. Production is getting ready to move forward. Well, it isn't really getting ready to move forward now because of the strike, but on Gunn's first Superman movie for the DCU, especially with David Cornsweet. I mispronounced that name once again. It's hard to pronounce that name. Now officially set to take over the role of Clark Kent. He'll become one of the nearly a dozen actors who have taken on DC's most iconic superhero, giving fans a much different take on the Kryptonian native and the reboot that will immediately follow up on Cavill's Superman. How Gunn and Cavill's Superman movie differ. The Hollywood Reporter shared new details on how James Gunn's story in Superman Legacy will differ from the one told in Cavill's Man of Steel, the first movie in the DC Extended Universe, directed by Zack Snyder. In Superman Legacy, Superman will be joining a world in which superheroes already exist. That is awesome. Enough of this origin, stuff where you're not, having. Hoping this isn't an origin story, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be. But you already got the heroes already that exist in the world. But didn't they exist already in Man of Steel too? Because in Man of Steel, because of Wonder Woman was already around at that time. Batman was, I'm sure. I mean, it's a little confusing. I mean, to me, it is a little bit. What the heck is going on with DCU? Rather than the way Cavill was the only superhero that the audience knew of in his own universe during Man of Steel, other than the other Kryptonians that came to Earth. So, this was later confirmed by several superhero castings for Superman Legacy, with Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, and the Element Metamorpho already existing in the universe. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see Hawkgirl. I forgot the actress that's playing her. James Gunn has since justified the story decision to include other superheroes on Instagram. So basically, that's what it is. Let's read this quote here from James Gunn. Superman is a man of two worlds. Clark with Lois, Jimmy and Prairie, and Superman with his meta-human compatriots. How could I tell a full story about Clark Superman without including all areas of his life? The inclusion of the other pre-existing metahumans in the DCU may also support the rumor that Superman is set to fight the Authority in his first movie, which will be some time before the solo Authority movie releases in theaters. Goes on, we're going to go ahead and read. It goes on, how will Superman adapt to a new DC world? I'm going to go ahead and read that one, okay? So, seeing Superman start off in a world full of heroes already will be quite the change for pace from what Henry Cavill saw, as his Superman was the only hero actually utilized in the first DCU solo movie. Cavill's character didn't have any interactions with other heroes from that universe until 2016's Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, but now Gunn appears set to have superheroes established in the universe right from the get-go, which is awesome. I mean, it's about time. I mean, I think everybody's getting tired of these origin stories. I know I am, at least. Projects like Creature Commandos, Waller, and eventually Blue Beetle will set up the world that Superman will join as his solo story becomes something of a workplace origin story. Oh, a workplace origin story, with Clark Kent and Lois Lane at the forefront. This should be just one of a number of differences that the fans will see with James Gunn's now developing entirely new path for the DC universe, although plenty of the details still remain to be seen for many of the other movies and TV shows on the way. Well, my thing is, if it's going to be a workplace origin story, what does that really mean? I'm hoping we're not going to go see, I mean, there's been so many, I'm not going to try to get ahead of myself here, but there's been so many retellings of the Superman origin story, I like the fact that Gunn is going to have the agile other superheroes in there. I mean, like versus Man of Steel, where you didn't see that, but you did see just the other Kryptonians. But the thing that kind of gets me though too, because Wonder Woman was around that time when Man of Steel came out. Not the actual movie, but I mean the character in the DC universe. But they just haven't introduced Wonder Woman yet. Uh, Batman, you obviously saw that with Batman versus Superman. Batman was already in that universe because in the beginning of Batman versus Superman, Bruce Wayne uh, is on the scene in Metropolis with what was going down with Superman and Zod, that battle that Zod and Superman had. So I just don't know. I just think, to me, I honestly think that the DCEU is a mess right now. Uh, it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm really excited to see, the actress that's playing Hawkgirl, what her costume is gonna look like. I think that's gonna be really cool. I was really impressed with Hawkman and Black Adam. I really was. I mean, the costume, the whole 9 yards of that. But yeah, this is really interesting. That you're gonna have the other superheroes in there with Superman in his first movie of the James Gunn Superman thing. So, what do you guys take? I mean, what do you want to see different? I mean, I think we've already had too much of Lex Luthor in Superman films and the TV shows and stuff like that. James Gunn, give us something different that nobody has done before with Superman on film. Give us something different, man. I mean, yeah, that's a start with like the having the other superheroes in there with him, with Superman, like Hawkgirl, Mister Terrific, whatever the other ones were I just read off, but in the article. But I would love to see Brainiac brought in as a villain. I mean, that would be, I think that would be pretty cool. But other than that, that is it. Take care.